taking notes. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that right? Yeah. You fucking
I'm gonna bring
Joe
that one
Beaver
back
piece
on
of
the
shit.
pod. Say it's mine.
10 years from now.
That is
I was
good.
like, he probably has to give so many guys blowjobs all the time. And like, there's just a
true.
long line of guys who know the deal.
Yep.
He never gets to sleep. He's just crying. It's a good time. I don't remember the details of it, but it's a great premise.
I love that premise.
That's like, do you remember that movie? What if? You know?
Yeah.
That's everyone's like first like 2 years in stand-up.
I don't think
I
I can't remember a movie joke that I had.
I love when somebody tries to shoehorn an impression by doing that, where they're like, I saw a comic the other day go, remember Barack Obama? It's like, yeah, man.
There was a guy.
Yeah, I
There was a guy in DC who had 3 impressions. He had,
Yes.
he had Barack Obama. He had,
Yep.
who was it? What's his name? Denzel Washington. What was the third one? Michael J. Fox. Every single.
And you can guess what the Michael J. Fox impression was. It was. Let's say it's more of a visual impression. Than
He acted. I remember Michael went up after him and he was like, he's like Michael J. Fox, like he could never play Batman because he put like the wrong shoes on the wrong feet or something. And Michael,
Yes, that was
and Michael
awesome.
Foodie went.
That was the best
Michael-
part.
He thinks, he thinks that Parkinson's disease makes, and then Michael Foodie went up after him. He's like, I think you don't understand what Parkinson's disease does to people. I think
That was the best part.
That's amazing.
And he would say wrong shoes every time. After people pointed it out to him, it didn't
Didn't
matter.
ever get a laugh?
no.
It would
No,
never.
he was
That's
one of
my
those
favorite,
comics
is when it
like
doesn't even
he was
work.
one of those local scene comics who like would spend his days fighting with people on Facebook, like calling out other people.
Sure.
You're not respecting my room. You can't work my room no more. Like
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
There was
How
a
many of
great-
those people have ever been successful? Anybody who's
Right.
ever been like, if you run the light in my room, like, you are never going to make it, man. It's just not going to
Absolutely. I love
happen.
that.
Hannibal Buress would have never been, like, when he hosted Knitting Factory, he would never be like, this showed up on my show last night. He ran the light by 4 minutes. You don't get to go up anymore. And it's like,
Yeah.
why do you care about this?
I know. It's funny because it's like you're clinging to rules, but you're also like not good at comedy either. Like that's what it is. You're hoping if you follow all the rules, you will get a career because you know you're not funny in your heart.
I got into a fight with somebody about this the other day because they pissed off one of my buddies, and he messaged me about it. It was a local comic from Indiana, and he was posting like All Lives Matter too.
Oh, jeez.
Which is true, technically.
let's have a conversation.
Politically speaking, I don't mind, but it's like he was disrespecting the open mic.
Exactly.
He
No, he was
disrespected
bitching about
your
how he got
room.
fired.
Yeah.
It was from guest hosting a show in Chicago at
Incredible.
I think at I.O., which just closed anyway, because he had been saying some controversial things that pissed off the co-producers on Facebook. And he was like, yeah, I got canceled. And it's like, you can't get canceled from guest hosting an open mic. That's not what canceled means. But then
That
I
fucking
remembered
rocks.
that same was the guy who, there's 2 clubs in Indianapolis, and one of the clubs had a rule that you weren't allowed to work the other club or you'd get banned. And everybody thought it was because it's like we're all trying to get better or whatever.
Of course, that's ridiculous.
And so a lot of people would just do both and not tell the one club crackers that they were doing it. He would snitch people out for doing it. So I remembered that, and I wrote on there like, yeah, I hate when people get fired for dumb performing at another club across town. I did. And then he was like, that was one time. And I was like, all right.
I got in trouble.
And it's like, you'll never make it if that's what you, because he thought that if he ratted people out, the club would work him. But ratting people out doesn't make you funnier.
No.
It doesn't make you a better comic. He never got a work out of it. It's so
That's
funny.
incredible. He wasn't even working there. He was just like
No, he's
he
an
was a
open
concerned
micer.
citizen.
My first like guest spot at the Draft House in like the main room, I got in trouble afterwards by a gentleman that used to used to book it. And he's like, you come in here disrespecting the room, and he was mad because I didn't iron my shirt. He's like, you coming in here with a wrinkly ass shirt, disrespecting the room? He's like, your shirt needs to be starched next time you come.
That's awesome. I love that. Like, as if this job, A, would have like. Guess what? All those guys, 10 years after you were doing that, stand-up comedy doesn't even exist anymore. It's over.
Well, and
they're like,
that's such a specific thing that like so many comics don't even wear.
Don't wear shorts. Remember?
Yeah, that was like the biggest
you can't
thing.
Wear shorts on stage, but whatever, man.
It doesn't matter. It's that's the sort of shit unfunny people are obsessed with.
I know
because if they can fit all the rules, they're like, you wear dress shoes on the. I remember somebody yelled at me one time. They were like, you wear dress shoes to do stand-up. And I was like, who cares? Nobody here cares except for you, and you're another comic.
Just show up in basketball shorts and dress shoes.
Yeah.
There was
no
do-rags, no athletic shirts, or like no like sports shirts.
No spray paint on your shirt. No,
yeah, dude. Yeah, no airbrushed T-shirts for relatives.
Yeah,
for
no
recently deceased high school seniors.
No family reunion shirts.
Yeah, no family reunions. You could have never attended a family reunion in a park.
Yeah, cookout.
I remember being so confused as a little kid when I was just at the park and there was just like 150 people, and I was like, whoa. You guys know your whole family? You guys are all friends? And then like a couple people that called you fat and grease, and then like your weird half American cousin. Like I didn't realize it, dude. I wish I had a big family.
Yeah. But you got a big family, Adam?
No. I mean, no, because my parents immigrated here, so I have one grandparent that's back in Cape Town, but everyone else is
nice. Cape Town. Cape
Town,
Africa.
Cape Town. Yeah, she's a Rastafari. Yeah. It doesn't make much sense because it's not Jamaica, but like we kind of encourage it. We're like, live your truth, Granny.
Yeah. My aunt's hilarious too because my family is filled with hoarders, and I have to fight that gene all the time. This woman, I ask her what she wants from America. What she wants is magnets from every city that I've done stand-up comedy in. She just wants magnets. Her whole place is filled with trinkets. She's a Columbus,
Ohio magnet.
Do you do it?
She literally does. Yeah. I gave her Columbus. In fact, she literally has a Columbus, Ohio magnet. She has, and I don't even. It's not like I buy them there. I'm like, and I just look at where I was. I look at my calendar, and I'm like on the internet, like. It's Ohio.
That is so funny. I've had to do that before, where you're like have to buy something for your mom or something where you're from, and you just do it at the airport.
Always the airport. Always the airport. Always. Yeah, my family's so fucking. They're such pieces of shit. I feel like I've told this story on the podcast before, but like I didn't realize I just had a bad family because I showed up when I met like a bunch of my my Greek friend's family, and they were like they all had like good pay. They were white collar, like all had like good paying jobs. They were just like, very polite. Oh, hello, nice to meet you. And when I showed up at my family, the first thing my family said the last time I visited Greece, my aunt, the hoarder, the little chubby hoarder, was like, "You want meatballs, you fat faggot?" That's how she said hello to me. She's like, I just get off the plane. She's like, you want meatballs, you fat faggot? She has the same. She has like a little weasel laugh. Yeah, she listens. No, that. I had no choice. I was going through old pictures of Greece, and I found when I was at my godfather's house. He lives on an island. I found like these pictures. He called my dad, and like I saw the caption when I posted it. He called my dad, and he was like. He told him that he was like, "Hey, you're gay," and then my dad was like, "I'm more than you." And it's like these are two old Greek men that used to be boys when they were 18, haven't seen each other for like, seen each other like 3 times over the last 30 years, and it's like they're like, "Yeah, Mike's bigger, bro." Immediately,
man, history repeats.
I reconnected with my cousin who was in special needs classes growing up recently at the funeral. And I missed him. I only see him at funerals, and he did not disappoint. He didn't even say I'm sorry for your loss. He was like, "Hi, Adam, how's it going?" And I was like, "Oh, it's good." And I was like, "Oh, are you seeing?" It was during the riots. I was like, Eddie's like, "You get a load of these riots going on right now." And he's like,
That's
they're
so
happening
good.
right outside my house. And I was like, oh, do you look out your window at the riots or something? And he's like, I prefer to watch the riots on television.
Yeah. His house? Where does he live?
In L.A., yeah. He rocks, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just
Yeah,
dripping.
hell
He was
yeah.
wearing like Gucci, like trainers and a Hermes belt because he lives with his folks, and he just saves up all his money for drip. And then I was like,
Hell yeah, I'm about to get some.
yeah, I was like, hey, like, wait, those are some pretty cool sneakers. And he's like, Nordstrom's has a sale, and I'm not supposed to buy them. I wouldn't be roasting. He's like, these cost just as much as Reeboks. No, he loves brands. Even when he was a kid, he used to tell me, he's like, I prefer going over to our other cousin's house because they have more money than you guys. When he was a kid. He's like, what kind of shirt is yours? Mine is Armani, and it's just like a shirt from Kohl's that his mom got him.
Right,
love him,
right.
dude.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Was he the one that was jacking off at a
Yeah,
different
he was.
funeral?
Yeah.
What? Like out in open?
At my
or in the bathroom?
grandmother's wake. Oh god! At my grandmother's wake, he.
By the way, Adam, I'm sorry for your
it's
loss.
fine.
I
It's
feel
fine.
like there was
I
a
only
chance to
say him.
it,
I
and
see him
wouldn't
at.
get
I only
anymore.
see him at funerals. At my grandmother's shiva, he kept going to the bathroom for 40 minutes and then just coming out, eating a bunch of food, and then going back to the bathroom. And we. And we had the shiva at my parents' house because my grandma lived in Vegas, and
Right.
and his parents were like, I don't know. I mean, I guess he just loves the bathroom. And my dad is like, he's masturbating. He's going in there to masturbate. And so my mom is like, she's like, I don't want it happening in this house. Like, please say something to him. And I was like, lady, it's happened a lot in this house. Like, there's been a lot of jacking off going. I grew up in this house. And
How old is he?
he's like, I guess he's in his 20s.
How old was he then?
He was like
Oh,
17.
okay.
He was discovering his body.
Oh,
It coincided.
17 is
It was too old. It was
17
too
is
old.
too
It was
old,
too
man.
old. But he was just figuring it out. And my grandma happens.
That's a really tight window.
Yeah,
Because how
Yeah, you
how
gotta-
young is too young, and then how old
Right.
is too old? It's
Right.
probably only the age of 12 and 13, and
I would say
14.
yes, 13 and a half is
yeah.
the
And then
prime. It's like right before your shame at 14 sort of
Yes,
kicks in.
I felt shame immediately, and then it went away, and then it
Oh
came
no,
back a little.
I
Right.
was like doing it before I could come because I was a late bloomer. Just praying for the
serious?
cum to come.
Just a hot dog,
100%. And then
sausage.
you could orgasm actually before you could come. That's like that's like
I didn't know
happens.
that.
Really?
And it's
I never did
it's
that.
a stronger orgasm than I've ever had in my entire life. Knee buckling. I fell over once.
You're coming like a woman as a
So-
baby.
Literally. I was like an
argument
Herbal
is-
Essences ad. It was insane. Wait, anyway.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Adam is arguing from peak at 11 years
Chris
old.
D'Elia was just trying to let these women experience
Exactly.
the purest form of sex.
Yeah.
Wait, end of the story with my cousin though. So I went to like tell him like, come on, you can't be going to the bathroom for so long. They're like he'd leave and then the waste.